You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark on Florida Man Radio.
Do you swear to tell the truth? The whole truth? And nothing but the truth?
You want answers? You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
And welcome to the program. It is a Wednesday night here at You Have Power Radio. I will be your host, Justin Clark, protecting you, the consumer, from the evils of corporate America. 1-339-1055. You can also download the Florida Man Radio app and listen to us worldwide. You can watch on social media by following You Have Power Radio on Facebook and YouTube. 2 TV shows as well every weekend. 12:30 p.m. over on CBS. It is You Have Real Estate with me, attorney team. To my right, it is the Orlando radio legend, Mick Dolan. Mick, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
To his
Absolutely.
right, running the digital board solo, there, my good friend, EC. EC, what up?
What's up?
And I don't know if I should even go here or not. Kenny did the TV show with me today. He did an outstanding job. But I think I was on the air when you walked in, right? I mean, were you on time or no? Let's just be honest here.
No. Being completely honest,
Yeah.
I was late because I was late for mine and yours, or yours and mine. I don't know how to grammatically say that.
Okay.
Pre-morning meeting we were supposed to have.
Right.
But when I walked in, you were right about to go live.
I gotcha. No big deal. I was just making sure. 321-339-1055.
And now it's time for the opening statement. This should be interesting.
Which one of you a-holes told me a couple weeks ago, "Oh, Justin, you're going to get those root canals. There's no way you're going to be at the program to do a radio show." Well, I'm fresh off today. Not one, but 2 root canals. Who told me I wasn't going to be here? EC, was that you?
Probably was.
Yeah, EC said, there's no way I'll be here to do this radio program. I'm here. I'm fired up.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I'm a little drugged out, but I mean, I'm not slurring my speech.
No.
Am I?
Oh, nobody would ever be able to tell that you had 2 root canals today.
2 root canals. Here's the problem with the root canal. I had both of them done at the same exact time, which, look, it sucks, but it's probably better than having to go back again.
Yeah, really.
But so I have one on the bottom this side, and then one was on the top this side. And they're like, well, whatever you do, chew on the other side. I'm like, you don't understand, Doc. There's no way I have to chew with only my front teeth.
A liquid lunch.
Like a little rabbit or something.
Yeah.
And then also, look, they numb you so much when you get this root canal. I feel like one side of my face, I look like a 92-year-old man because it's like droopy. And then the other side, I look like Justin Clark.
Yeah, but it's not droopy.
Well,
it isn't.
It feels droopy.
It's not.
Did they give you drugs?
No, they stick you with a bunch of needles, and then when you leave, they give you a prescription for 800 milligram ibuprofen.
Oh, they gypped you, man.
I bet a decade ago you get some opioids when you leave that place. You know what I mean? Ew, not anymore.
Was it acupuncture that they used to deaden the thing?
No, I don't. No, but it was definitely a needle in the gum. But
Yeah, about 5 years ago, you got a handful of oxy handed
that's
to you
what
as
I'm
you walked
saying.
out the door.
Exactly.
yeah, people go snort those or sell those. They're not using them for pain meds at all. Have you ever had a root canal? Let me know. 321-339-1055. But I outsmarted the dentist. You know, we talk about health insurance on the show all the time because I think along with student loans, probably one of the biggest problems that we have in this country, dental insurance is also a racket. Absolute racket. But I have, through my health insurance, which I think for my office, I pay like $10,000 a month when everyone's included. $10,000 a month. So my personal one's like $1,500 or $1,600 a month. But dental's included. But when you go to try to figure out what your dental insurance really covers, it's quite a joke, honestly. But here's what I did. So, as you guys know, I hadn't been to the dentist in a long time, so needless to say, I haven't been this year at all. And what I figured out is you get $1,000 a year for kind of whatever you want to use your dental insurance for. Now, getting the root canals done today, you notice it's like mid-December. They said, well, you have to have a follow-up to do like the rest of the thing, which is going to be another $2,000 or something within about 3 to 4 weeks. So they tried to get me to do this last month. So now I would have to do the follow-up deal this month.
Right.
But here's the problem. the health insurance would have already been maxed out,
Right.
and I would have got no credit for it. So I
So you
planned
moved
this
it
bad
back to
boy.
next year.
I
What
planned
a
this
guy.
bad boy to where now my follow-up procedures on January 2nd, where I have a fresh pad of a dental insurance availability.
Genius.
So I think I really outsmarted them. And quite honestly, the last time I went to the dentist, I came here and I complained and bitched about it for probably a full hour. I was like, I can't believe they're charging this much. Look at my bill from today, though. I'm really not that upset with 2 root canals.
Right.
Anyone want to take a stab at what a root canal costs? 2 of them. Take a guess.
$1,000.
Mick?
500?
5,000. 5,000 EC.
This is pre-insurance?
No, just total before any insurance comes out at all.
2 root canals, I would say probably about $4,000 range.
Yeah, $1,502. I was kind of shocked that it was this inexpensive, and because I had the insurance left over, I only had to pay $600. So when they brought the tab, and here's what they do to you. They don't. You can't leave until you pay. There's none of this like, oh, send me a bill thing in medicine anymore.
Really?
No.
So you had to pay?
Of course I had to pay.
Oh, man.
But at this place, they're pretty sneaky. Because then they make you go get it done first. Because some places would say, look, hey, welcome to our dental office or whatever. We know this is what you're going to do today. You have to pay in advance before you even go back there. This one, they're even smarter. They say, oh, great, doctor, we'll see you now. And then they like have someone to walk you instead of to the front to like this little office, almost like you're buying a car. And you sit down at the office and they're like, oh, yeah, okay. No. You have to pay in full today. There's no payment plan or anything. But it was only 600. You know, I'm not saying it's only 600, but I was expecting a worse day for me.
Right. I can't believe they do that.
Oh, hell yeah. They
will not allow you to get out of there.
There's no IOUs in medicine anymore.
So what if you just wouldn't go, you wouldn't pay?
I mean, I guess they would have to like try to work something out with you or just go pitch a fit in front of the other patients in the waiting room. I don't know.
Really.
And they'd probably let you go. Yeah. I'll put bad reviews.
Man.
It's like the bad, that's what consumers do now. They just put bad reviews. But some of this review stuff is annoying too, though. People are posting bad reviews and ruining businesses for no real reason.
Right.
But I'm here with you, 2 root canals deep already today, and I'd love to hear from you as well. 321-339-1055. Yeah, I wish I had like a breaking news sound bite like Shannon does. We gotta come up with some sound bites, don't you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some beds going for you.
We're gonna do that, right? And maybe we can even do it to where I can control it from here, because this would be a breaking news one right here. Okay, breaking news. Oh, you do it, Mick. The University of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Pretty much the school, if you want to call it that, at the forefront of this whole for-profit institution proliferation over the last basically 2 decades now, reaches a settlement today, just a couple hours ago, for $191 million with the Federal Trade Commission. As part of this $191 million, the University of Phoenix has to cancel $141 million in student debt. If you were enrolled at the University of Phoenix between October of 2012 and the end of 2016, and you owe them money, you are supposed to get a letter from them, and they have 45 days to tell you. Here's what the letter has to say. This is according to the agreement that they reached with the FTC. The letter has to say, you no longer owe any money to the University of Phoenix. You don't have to do anything to get this relief. Your account balance will be cleared within 45 business days. Now, all this sounds great, and it is good.
Yeah.
It is great, but what percentage of people who go to the University of Phoenix or Everest or any of these, for-profit nasty schools, how many of them actually borrow the money directly from the school and not from the federal government? Because it's less than you would think. And this debt, this $141 million worth of debt, is only for borrowers who borrow directly from the university.
Oh.
This has nothing to do with the vast majority of you
the government loans
who actually borrowed money through the federal government. So, while this settlement does include debt forgiveness, it only covers debts owed to the university, not money that you owe on federal or private student loans. To erase those balances, you would need to go apply for the forgiveness through the Borrower Defense Repayment Program.
What kind of chance do you have on that?
Let me tell you something, Mick.
Yeah.
I'm one of the only law firms in the state of Florida who deals with your student loan debt. And next year it's going to be, we're going to really super uber focus on it too, because student loans are literally the wild, wild west. Student loans right now are the foreclosure crisis that was 2008. It's the same exact thing.
Right, yeah.
It is the foreclosure
Makes sense.
crisis of 2008, and it is the wild, wild west. The people who are calling you, trying to help you, you don't even know if it's the bank. You don't know. They sell these loans left and right. You get a call from this guy, then that guy. You don't know who owns your loan. They tell you one thing, then you call back, they tell you something else. It's just like what the banks and the mortgage companies were doing to you in 2008.
Yeah, run around.
And was it you that said there was like a program that they can forgive student loan debt?
Yeah.
And there's like 400,000 people have applied, and like 8 people have been actually given the forgiveness on it?
The numbers are staggering, and I don't have them right in front of me, but the amount of people who have applied for forgiveness of their federal student loans is a lot. And the amount of people that have been approved is a tiny percentage. So, I think a lot of things are going to change. I think because the University of Phoenix has been carrying the flag for a long time of the for-profit schools. They've been the one out in front.
They're the biggest, aren't they?
They're the biggest. They're the ones that have said, some of these other schools might be crap, but we're the University of Phoenix. We're the best. This is a huge slap in the face.
Really?
Do you know at one point in time, the University of Phoenix had at one time, at any given time, 500,000 students.
Wow.
Isn't that a lot?
Across the country.
Isn't UCF one of the biggest schools in America? And what, 50?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest. It's the biggest school in the Southeast, I believe. 50,000
at UCF. Please, UCF fan, don't yell at me if I don't know exactly how many kids go to your school. I just know it's a lot. And I know it's somewhere around 50,000 people.
Yeah, but they have campuses all over. Phoenix does.
Well, campuses, schmampuses, they have a wireless internet all over the country is what they have.
True.
I don't even know if they have campuses.
Yeah,
but
they do.
They do?
Yeah, I think I've seen University
It's mostly online. I think that's the sales staff. They might have like a little office at the rental Regus deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
So
anyway,
I did find that info on that what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So there was a program called the Public Service Loan Forgiveness, which allowed certain not-for-profit and government employees to have their federal debt loan scrubbed after 10 years of on-time payments. They had 30,000 people apply for it, and 96 people got it.
Exactly right. Yeah, that is the one I was telling you about before. It's unbelievable. I thought this was staggering too. So the University of Phoenix, 500,000 students at one point in time, estimated that they spend 20% of their entire revenue on marketing. That's a lot too, right?
Got to get the word out.
I mean, that is a lot of revenue just to spend on marketing for a school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, again, you hit it. It's for profit.
321
only thing they're doing.
339-1055. Cole, what's on your mind, man? How are you?
Hey, Justin, man. Good to talk to you.
You too, bro.
Yeah, everything you're saying right now makes total sense. This is just ridiculous. These kids need to get into some trades, man. I mean, seriously, you can. That's what I do. I'm an electrician. Been doing it since I was out of high school, and I make commissions. So I make anywhere between $70,000 to $90,000 a year. No student loans whatsoever.
I could not agree with you more. And I was telling Shannon this earlier. I'm not Bernie Sanders. I'm not one that's saying, look, let's give free schools to everyone. Let's just wipe out all the credit card debt in the world. I'm not that guy. That is not me. But here's the problem.
Hey, I want to tell you one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The root canal thing.
Yeah.
I had one. It cost me about the same thing as what you paid today, and this was about this was about 8 years ago. And this was a great surgeon too in St. Augustine, Florida. And when I got done, I had about a 16th of my original tooth left. He filled it all back in. And literally, about 2 years later, everything that he filled in, even the cap, everything fell out.
Oh God!
This guy had great reviews. So I agree, man. You get the damn tooth pulled.
I think you're right. My understanding is it's easier, probably better and cheaper to just pull the tooth and put a new one in. Yeah. But it costs more to get the root canal, so they're always recommending the root canal. So, so what did you do? So is there a warranty like on an oil change when you get a root canal, or no warranty on that deal?
I don't think so.
Forget about it. Forget about it, bro.
Yeah, no,
All right, Josh,
I did.
man. See ya.
All right, cool. Thanks for the call. I did forget to ask if I could still chew Nicorette or not. I probably should have asked that on the way out.
Better hope so.
Because
yeah.
I've already had one.
So Justin.
Yeah.
So the root canal, you keep part of the tooth.
Right.
Okay. So they just build around it. They fill it in.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
And here's the deal. I mean, quite honestly, once they gave me a 17,000 shots per side of my mouth, it didn't hurt that bad. But you can really feel them drilling deep down into your brain almost. It was
deep down in there, baby.
I didn't like it. 321-339-1055. University of Phoenix, $191 million settlement with the FTC. They've spent. Let me tell you what they did, though. So here's why they got in trouble. Just a lot of complaints. Number one. So when everyone that goes to your school starts complaining, they're going to do some investigating of you, and they did so many things. Here they would suggest to all these new students during their sales pitch. You know, when you go to a school like this, there's this huge sales pitch. There's no, oh my God, I hope I get in. You know, like you're applying at UF.
Everybody gets in.
Everybody gets in. You don't need to sit around and wait on that welcome letter like, congratulations, you made it.
Right.
Because everybody's going to get in as long as you can apply for and get approved for a student loan. So they would suggest to the incoming students that they were working with major corporations to help them develop its courses. And the school's motto was, let's get to work. It kept hyping their connections with these big companies. They had this one video that they even ran this on a commercial. A student, or allegedly a student, is seen driving through the school parking lot at the University of Phoenix, which is ironic enough because it's an online school. So there's not real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the irony right there. That's reason to already say, what's going on here? But they were passing by other parking spots filled with, like, you know how you'll have the handicap thing in front of the parking lot, but instead of like the handicap thing, they would have AT&T, Google, all these like reserved parking for AT&T, reserved parking for Google. So they did all this stuff to make you think that
that's where you're going. Yeah.
You're gonna make 150 G's right out of this right after this Wi-Fi connection that you're gonna have for the next year. So I'm happy that this happened. I think it's the first step
in the right direction.
This is taking down the New York Yankees of online for-profit schools.
We gotta bully the bullies, man.
That's right.
That's it, Kenny.
I thought you were going to talk about the Yankees getting the pitcher.
Oh my
Garrick.
God, Cole Garrick.
I'm a Red Sox guy.
Garrick Cole.
I did not like seeing that whatsoever. I did not like that at all.
Well,
so bye University
get
of Phoenix, but it sounds better than it really is because this has nothing to do with most of you who borrowed money from the government, not from.
Are they publicly traded? I wonder.
I don't know the answer to that.
I wonder.
Probably, but
what's going to happen to the stock?
I really don't know. So, all right. So we did a TV show today. Rick Singh was on. He's the property appraiser of Orange County, and the whole point of the TV show today was that there's another housing crisis in Central Florida. This one incredibly different than the foreclosure crisis that we were out in front of. It started late 2007, really lasted through about 2016, really. I mean, the foreclosure crisis was terrible. There's a whole nother crisis when it comes to Central Florida housing, and it's called the missing middle. That's what we're calling it, the missing middle. So we've got a bunch of people with no real money who can't afford to pay rent or to buy a house, and a very small percentage of those people get federal help, HUD housing or whatever, to where they're paying probably $500, $600, $700 a month, rent controlled,
right,
to where they can live and survive and not spend 90% of their incoming money every month on rent. Now, what you don't know is Orlando is now the worst when it comes to housing. We are number one for terrible. Number one. Yeah. We're the worst. And I hate to see that, but that's what's going on. So we have this one group of people who are getting federal help. It's a very small percentage, though. I mean, a lot of the people who really need help are not getting as much help as they need. And then also, we've got another group of people who are not able to afford the rent. The minimum rent's about $1,400 a month for an apartment now.
It's ridiculous.
Or the minimum to really buy a house, a decent house, is about $300,000 now.
Yeah, I know.
That is
I'm
about
seeing
the minimum.
condos advertised for the upper
Or a townhouse.
250s. And,
Now, the missing middle are those of us who make $15 an hour, $17 an hour, something like that. And we can only afford about $1,000 a month. Or we can afford to buy a house of maybe $150,000, maybe $200,000. A $200,000 house makes your payment about $1,200 a month if you're able to buy it. This is the missing middle, that we have no housing whatsoever in Orlando available for these people. Let me tell you the stats here.
Yeah, I know this feeling. That's you're exactly saying where I'm standing right now.
Yeah, it's the missing middle. I mean, we don't have affordable housing that's going to cost $1,000 to $1,200 a month. We have none of it.
Yeah.
And what are people doing about it? I mean, nothing. They're really not. I mean, there are people that are living in hotels. People that are just homeless. I think
lots of roommates.
I had to move back in with my mom. Damn it.
Yeah.
She's cool though, right?
Yeah, and she cooks.
I mean, you see it a
she
lot
cooks,
though,
of course.
especially in construction.
Yeah.
There is no construction for people in the range of the $150,000 to $250,000 houses.
Yep.
I mean, almost all brand new construction you're seeing, which is in the first place tearing down old houses and putting new stuff in there.
Right.
There are signs. Oh, houses in the low 300,000s.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
not
Who can afford
an
that?
affordable place for a lot of people in that range.
It's just not. So to afford a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in Orlando, studies show that you need to average $22.88 per hour. That's what you need to make. But you look at the park attendants and things like that, they're averaging $10.16 an hour. Housekeepers, $10.63 an hour.
So let me ask you a question. All right, so in New York, right, the minimum wage now is $15, but the way it all started was all the McDonald's workers and fast food workers kind of went on strike.
Yeah.
And at first, people were upset. Like, the mentality at first was like, what the hell? Like, you guys work at McDonald's. You guys don't deserve $15 an hour, But it happened. Here we are.
Yep, I know.
So do you think that there should be a minimum wage evolution down here?
And look, I'm sounding I'm sounding like a flaming liberal on this program anymore. I'm
Sorry, it's my fault. I'm rubbing off
we
on
should
you.
wipe out all student loan debt, and now we should raise the minimum wage across the state. But you have to understand, what I do for a living is I sit in my office all day long talking to families who are scared out of their minds, man. Because they don't have enough money at the end of the month to pay their bills. So that's why, look, I'm a Republican. I'm not a flaming liberal, but I do care about people, and I do care about families, and I am down in the trenches, and I see what's really going on, and I think that we do have a problem. What do we do about it? I don't know exactly, but we'll cover that here in a minute as well. From 2007 to 2017, we took 117,000 owners and made them renters due to all the foreclosures and things. So in 2007, we lost 113,000
homeowners
to homeowners. They became renters. So in 2007, 66% of us owned a house, whereas now 59% of us own a house. So it's gone down a lot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, look, if you're feeling this pinch, and you know what I'm talking about here, I'm going to tell you in just a minute why it is always safer if you can, in any sort of way, shape, or form, afford to purchase a house. It's easier, better, safer to buy a house than it is to rent. I'll tell you that. Plenty more. The phone number, 321-339-1055. It's Justin Clark on the Florida Man Radio Network.
You're listening to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Hello, I'm calling regarding advertising.
Sure, no problem. We can help. That'll be approximately $1 million for a short advertising campaign, and we can't promise any real results, but we'll take your money. Sound good?
I'll call you back.
Don't you wish there was an easier way to promote your business that is cost-effective, stress-free, and that puts you in front of your target audience before they're exposed to your competition?
There's no way that exists.
It does at Long Island MacArthur Airport. With 8 to 12 flights leaving MacArthur Airport headed directly to Orlando daily, your business can be the first thing flyers think about before they even land. Whether you're trying to raise awareness about your brand, product, or service, or you'd like to encourage point of sale, airport advertising meets your needs.
How do we start?
Call JBC Media today, 631-542-5424. Fly above your competition and let JBC Media help you reach 2.1 million annual visitors to Orlando before your competition even knows they're coming.
Introducing Crayola Experience's brand new colorful Christmas. Experience a Crayola holiday like never before, featuring 9 new activities. Put yourself in a supersized Crayola snow globe. Listen to holiday stories as told by North Pole's own residents, including Forest Green, a Christmas tree with a magical secret. Even catch a musical light show performed by Scarlett and her reindeer friends. Don't miss Crayola Experience's Colorful Christmas going on November 23rd through January 5th. Get your tickets today at CrayolaExperience.com.
Is your AC and heating system going to be naughty or nice this season? Don't wait until guests and family arrive just to find out that your system is clocked out for the holidays. Call Four Seasons and have your system checked out. Four Seasons AC does more than fix your system. They actually follow up to make sure you are comfortable. 407-295-9231. That's 407-295-9231. Or visit 4acnow.com. That's the number 4acnow.com. Four Seasons, the AC company you wish you'd called first. CAC 056308.
For years, you've been thinking about LASIK. You've been talking about LASIK. So now, it's finally time to get LASIK. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering LASIK, starting at just $250 per eye. If you're nearsighted, farsighted, or even if you have an astigmatism, LASIK Plus can help fix your vision, starting at just $250 per eye. Our best price ever. So get rid of the daily hassles of contacts and glasses, and enjoy the newfound freedom of LASIK from LASIK Plus. Call 844-259-2020 or visit LASIK250.com today and schedule your LASIK vision exam. Dr. Christopher McCurry is one of the most experienced LASIK surgeons in Florida. So take advantage of this amazing LASIK Plus price today. Call 844-259-2020 or visit LASIK250.com. Results may vary. Restrictions apply. See details at LASIK250.com.
Hey y'all, it's Bubba and Cooter. At Gatorland, there's more gators, more animals, and more fun than ever before. Visit with our giant white gators in our white gator swamp, plus bobcats and Florida panthers. Not to mention great shows like the world-famous Gator Jumperoo Show. And don't forget your swim trunks for the Gator Gully Splash Park. And Florida residents get in for only $14.99 with a valid Florida ID now through the end of December. For more information, call 407-855-5496 or go to Gatorland.com.
Looking for a place to go with friends or meet new ones? Then you're looking for Frogger's Grill and Bar, and one is bound to be near you.
There's always something happening at Frogger's.
Frogger's. Once you check it out, you'll see why people are raving.
Great place, great food. Love the burgers, and today is $7 Burger Day.
Watch your favorite sports on dozens of screens. A killer menu where everything is fresh, never frozen. A Popka, Mount Dora, Oviedo, Altamont Springs, and now open Old Town. Frogger's Grill and Bar. Hopping with food and fun.
Ho, ho, holy cow! Honey, you look amazing.
I got myself an early Christmas gift from Premier Couples Superstore. I'm glad you like it.
Keep things festive this December with Premier Couples Superstore with the largest selection of lingerie and novelty items. Purchase a $50 gift card and get an additional $10 gift card to use in your next visit. 5009 South Orange Blossom Trail, Orlando. Because a couple that plays together stays together.
Premier Couples Superstore takes you where you want to go.
Florida Man Radio welcomes Whitney Cummings and her How Dare You tour to the Hard Rock Live Saturday, June 13th.
There's just a restaurant called Hooters. That's just a restaurant. Whereas there would never be a restaurant like that for women, you know, called like
dongs. That would be a disgusting restaurant.
Tickets on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. You can score the best seats during the Florida Man Radio pre-sale using passcode DARE, Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Listen to the Shannon Burke Show all week to win your way into the show. HardRockLiveOrlando.com for all the info.
Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Hey, let me tell you why it's always better to buy a house, especially in the current state of the market, than it is to rent. First of all, to rent a home right now is fantastic. It's great, as long as your name is the landlord and not the renter, right? Because the landlords, they can charge whatever they want right now. Yeah. They can kick you out. In fact, evictions in Orange County alone since 2007 have gone up 10 times over the last 10 years. That's a huge increase in evictions because right now, if you're like 2 days late on your rent, the landlord will kick your ass out. Yeah. And they'll do that because They can get you out quickly. They're not going to have to wait to find another renter because there's 1,000 renters behind you.
Right.
And they can probably even increase the rent.
Sure.
So if you don't pay your rent right now, you're pretty much going to get kicked out of your house in 30 days, sometimes even faster than that. When you're a renter, when you're a tenant, and you don't pay your rent, you have some sort of dispute, whatever it is, the landlord can get you out of there very quickly. Now, why is it better to buy? Well, if you buy, first of all, your rent, so to speak, is your mortgage payment. And your mortgage payment's going to be the exact same amount for the next 30 years.
Right.
Now, it could go up or down a little bit depending on taxes and insurance. But other than that, your rent, your mortgage, and the house now that you own is going to be the same. You don't have to worry about the landlord raising your rent anymore.
Do you get is there a yearly tax you have to pay? It's like $1,200 or $1,600 or something like that?
Property tax.
There's a property tax. It's based on the value of your house and what city you live in, or county, I should say.
Oh,
and so that can go up or down depending on the value of your home. But other than that, your mortgage payment is not going to go up or down very much at all. It's going to be very, very, very similar, and not just from year to year or month to month, for 30 years. But here's the number one thing, especially for those of you that live in the middle America, so to speak, right? Where we don't have a whole lot of money, where we can buy a big house, or we can't pay a lot for rent. These are also the people who, if we don't work for a month, or God forbid we get sick and we have to miss work for a couple weeks, it's these people who miss rent payments. It's these people who miss mortgage payments. What happens if you miss a rent payment? They can kick you out in 30 days. What happens if you miss a mortgage payment? Well, then you hire someone like me, and then 2 years later, you're still living in the house, and 2 years later, we'll file bankruptcy. You live there for another year. I'm not saying this is the right plan, but I'm saying if you're really worried about going month to month, buying is the best way to go, because they have to foreclose on you. And in Florida, foreclosure is a nightmare for the banks. It takes a long time.
They don't want to do it.
You have a guaranteed right, even at the end of the day, to file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy and bring your mortgage current. There are so many ways to save your house that it's better to buy. And then you're thinking to yourself, well, Justin, I know, but it's so expensive. I got to come up with this huge down payment. It's really not like that. If you go rent an apartment, say you're going to pay $1,500 for the apartment, you're going to go 15. You're going to stroke 15 for the first month, $1,500 last month, and a lot of places 15 security deposit too.
Yeah. Well, if you have a pet, forget it.
And if you have a pet, there's another deposit. So you're already at $5,000 basically just to move into the apartment. Whereas there are some loan programs that you pay $0 down, and certainly 3.5% is about the most you're going to pay through FHA.
Yeah. If you're a veteran, that's good too.
And if you're a veteran, you can go VA 0 down. So there's so many programs where you can buy a house and pay as little or less than just to move into a rental apartment.
When you, let's say a single person, and they're making good money, should they still buy a home, or is a home something that a couple should go and half on?
I think a home is a great investment, and I think it's great right now as well. So those of you that
as an investment,
those of you that have followed the real estate market here over the last 10 years or whatever, let's even say since 2006. 2006 was the absolute peak of the market. Yep. I'd say 10 was probably the bottom of the market. As we sit here in 2019, almost 2020, we are back to 2006 prices almost.
Yeah.
We're almost now 13, 14 years later, almost back to where we were in 2006, which to me means it was very artificially inflated in 2006. But I think as we sit here today, we're actually kind of where we should be. I think we're in a really, really good spot. But here's another thing. If you would have told me 2 years ago that we'd be looking at interest rates for buying a house right now at 3.62%, 3.62% to buy a house, guys, that's free money. That is free money. You can invest that money somewhere else too and get more than 3.62% out on the open market, to where you're better off to not even pay off the mortgage. You're better off to leave that money there and invest whatever you're going to pay the mortgage off with, because it's free money. If you would have told me 2 years ago that the rates would be going down to 3.6, I would have told you you're nuts. And as I sit here today, let me tell you that I can almost guarantee you they're not going to go down anymore. So if you're sitting around saying, well, I don't care what that car...
Wait till it goes down to 2.
I'm going to wait till it goes down to 2. Well, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. But most importantly, those of us who we can't afford $300,000, we can afford $150,000, we can't afford $1,500 a month to rent. It's those of us that worry about not being able to pay our rent some month. We get sick, lose a job, we're worried about it. It's better to own because they have to foreclose on you. They don't just have to evict you. The landlord's going to evict you. You're gone in 2 weeks. Maybe a month if you have a lawyer involved.
You do have to cut the grass, though.
Yeah, whatever. Or you can hire somebody.
Yeah.
Man, my mom bought a house. So that, like, when we moved down here, March of 2017, it's been nonstop. I've never touched a lawnmower until I moved down here.
Really?
Oh, she makes you. You know what? I would make you mow too. I mean, you're
taking
living with
care
her.
of a home is a lot of work. We had I painted the outside of the house in July.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't even know how to buy paint. I don't paint.
Let me tell you, paint is not cheap these days.
Yeah. I mean, you go to Home Depot and they've got like this big machine. They mix paint. And I'm like, I don't even know where to start. I mean, can I have the white? I don't know. Right?
Gosh, and there's so many colors. It's like by the time your mom or wife or whoever picks a color, it's like,
Oh, hell no. I don't have the patience, skill, time. Not painting.
How do you feel about tiny houses?
I didn't even finger
tiny
paint.
house. There you go.
How do you feel about that? I've been meaning to ask you
these
that.
little
Now you want to talk about a single man thing. Yeah, I think tiny house is fine for a single man. You know, a guy just got divorced. He's pissed off at the world. I'm going to go buy my RV. Well, instead of the RV, maybe buy a tiny home. I mean, that's what I see. I don't think me and my two little kids are going to roll up into the tiny home and have a good time. You know, can't wait to wake up on Christmas morning with the Santa Claus coming down the chimney at our tiny home. I'm like, well, sweetheart.
It's like a small studio.
Sweetheart, there's no chimney, honey.
You still got to have the land, too, to put your tiny home
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
So it's not like that cheaper.
Yeah.
321-339-1055. Speaking of young daughters and homes, Amazon Ring, you know what that is, right?
Right.
It seems like everyone in America is buying this Amazon Ring. In fact, I think I have one now.
You think?
Well, there's a my mom
Better
bought
check.
me one. We just haven't installed it yet.
Okay.
A Tennessee couple said a Ring security camera placed inside their 8-year-old's bedroom
I heard about this.
was hacked by someone who began talking to the little girl. She was 8, even telling her he was Santa Claus.
Oh, my God.
That's because these people refuse to change the code that comes with the doorbell if you've got a Wi-Fi.
Well, I just need to be real clear about something first. I thought this Ring doorbell was to put on the front door. It's to put in the bedrooms too?
No, they're just spying on their kid at that point. But,
Okay.
But still, it's the same with the baby monitors. You hear all the stories with that. That's because you unboxed the baby monitor and you threw it out and started it. And these things are Wi-Fi enabled. They have passwords they have to go through. And guess what? Those things are all over the internet. And so the people, what they do is they just go and, I'm going to mess with somebody. You got people are creepy and trolls.
think?
And they just go and they look, okay, here's the code for what it is. Normally it's usually like, 1, 2, 3, 4 Ring doorbell. And then they just go and look through the systems around there and they go, okay, here's Ring doorbell number 1. Type in the code. Nope. Next one down until they find one that actually just opens up.
Yeah. Austin, what's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, man, I just wanted to comment. Isn't it, on the house thing, isn't it cost you like $20,000 a year to maintain a house?
What do you mean? I mean, I think it depends. What kind of shape is the house? And you mean if you buy a house, does it cost $20,000 to maintain?
I mean, I just spent $5,000 on a new AC.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
That's certainly something you have to think about too. But also, some of these rental contracts, the landlords now are getting so tough. They're like, oh no, if you're going to live in this place, you're responsible for everything. It's getting bad for renters out there.
That would
But
suck.
also, if you buy a house, sometimes you can buy one of these policies. So when you actually buy the house, you buy this insurance policy that says if the washer goes down or the dishwasher screws up, AC goes down, this kind of cheap insurance policy will actually come in and fix these things too. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of that. No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
How's your interest rate now? When did you buy your house?
Oh man, I rent.
Okay. I got. Oh, so I see what's going on here. You're calling to yell at me for saying buy a house, and I'm not
doing his research.
Okay.
There you go.
And what do you? Let me ask. Okay, what part of town are you in?
I live like 5 minutes south of downtown off of Michigan.
Yeah, I know that area.
Does he live by himself?
Do you live by yourself?
Yeah, I live by myself in a 3-bedroom house with 2 garages, one in the back and one in the front. $1,100 a month.
Yeah, see, now this is an absolute bargain. Don't ever maybe don't ever move out of that one
Need
then
a
because I guarantee you, if you were to move out, they can rent that place for way, way more than $1,100. There's no doubt about it.
My neighbors are renting for like $1,600.
Yeah, easy. So I think you're getting a good deal, but I still think that at 3.8% for an interest rate that we have now, you're still better off buying. So what do you think the house is worth if you were to buy it? Any idea?
Around 200.
200.
It needs. Yeah, maybe 250 maybe.
So at 200, let me tell you how much you would pay for your mortgage. At the current rates that we're at right now, PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, your mortgage payment would be about $1,050 to $1,100 a month, all in. So I mean, you would own the place. Yeah. So I don't know. At 250, you're looking at maybe $1,300 a month, something like that. And again, that's all in.
Let me ask you, like, how much higher do you think the market's going to go before it goes back down?
See, I don't think it's going to really go back down anytime soon, but I think it's going to stagnate. I think that we've kind of hit a little bit of a peak, a little bit of a lull, where I don't think it's going to keep going up much at all. I think it's going to really stay steady. I think it's going to stay steady for a couple years.
That'll clean out the market a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it stabilizes.
And we're also going to have a recession next year, but I don't think the recession is going to affect our housing economy whatsoever, like what happened in 2008.
It's not going to be like, that's what I was going to say. It's not going to be like that again.
And look, I'm no Warren Buffett or anything, but so, you can discredit whatever I'm saying if you want. I just work in this business too much. But I think I think it's a really safe time to buy. I do think the interest rates are going to go back up after the elections. They want to keep them all low where everyone's happy and all this crap, but
Austin, I have one suggestion for you.
What's that?
Make sure you give your landlord a good present for Christmas.
Please.
Because he's giving you a deal.
All right, cool.
All right, brother. Hey, thanks for the call.
Guys.
Yeah, man. See you soon. So, back to this ring thing a little bit, because it does kind of freak me out. So, is this normal that people put the ring in bedrooms? Is this normal?
No, that's a little creepy, actually.
Okay.
And a little more expensive, right?
Well, no, I mean, that's just a little creepy in the fact that the parents had to put like a security camera in their 8-year-old daughter's room. Well, that's more what that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you never know.
I
mean, people
you know what?
safe.
They have like whole stores of places that sell baby monitors and things. I just don't know why you would convert the Ring doorbell, right? What says baby's room out of that?
It doesn't.
Nothing. Doorbell, right? So I don't have any idea why you would put that in your kid's room. But anyway, so the mother said, I heard something. I was in the hallway, so I come upstairs and I hear some banging noise, and I'm like, what is that?
Oh, that would really freak you out.
And the hacker responded, I'm your best friend. I'm Santa Claus. He said, I'm Santa Claus. Don't you want to be my best friend? I mean, that would be.
I would have crapped myself right there.
No, man.
All right,
Look at this house is haunted. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if the guy really wanted to mess with you, he'd just kind of stay undercover and be a ghost.
To EC's point, spokesman for Ring said they encourage users to enable two-factor authentication, which the LeMay family admittedly had not done. Now, I wouldn't know how to do that either. I'm going to be honest with you. Would you? I mean,
instructions.
Well, let's see here. Don't forget to do the two-factor authentication before you put that thing up, honey. I mean, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, but just think about it like this. It's like going through the steps of changing your password. It's a little bit of, it's 10 minutes.
A little bit of work is worth it. Yeah. To keep the ghost away.
I mean, this better be on it better be on page 1 of the instructions, because I throw those things away really quickly. So if it's going to teach me about two-factor authentication, it better tell me right away. It better get right to it, because if not.
I get a kick out of how many of those things now, because I work in a job where I have to go up to the door a lot. How many of them have been disabled in the last year or so?
Yeah.
People had installed them and then have since disabled them.
Sure.
Really?
Because of, one, those issues with people hacking them, and two, just to give you a heads up, any Ring doorbell you have on your house, you're basically a snitch for your neighborhood, because the cops can come by and collect all that information.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
but it's also like the people who would hire a security system or whatever, a company to come do the security, and they'd always put the little thing in the front yard saying protected by, and then they would fire them a couple months later but keep the sign. I mean, it's kind of doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's doing the same thing, but it doesn't, I can go up and hit the doorbell, and it's supposed to make a noise, and then people can talk back to me, but no, most of them, a lot of them I'm seeing are disabled.
Yeah.
Shannon Burke was telling a story where someone had tried to break into his home or something, and long story short, he bought fake video cameras that every 30 seconds it bleeps a red light.
Oh, really? So it's
so it really.
I mean,
looks
at what point does it get so complicated you just buy the real thing, though? You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to buy a fake one, but it's going to light up. And okay, just buy a real one.
Yeah, once you get robbed, I think when your TV's gone, that's when you're like, all right.
Yeah. So, I mean, you people, I'm telling you, I didn't realize how obsessed you were with drama and death, because I am holding in my hands the 10 things that you Googled the most this year. Have you seen this list?
I have.
It's mostly death and drama. I'm going to be honest with you. You are so obsessed with people dying and people doing crazy things. Now, that's all we're searching for, it seems like. 321-339-1055. Number 10, Jussie Smollett. You know, the guy who he either faked the ass kicking or didn't fake it. One of the two. Do we still know what happened to this guy?
He faked it.
Okay.
Well, he's not admitting it, though.
Did he get his job back on that show that I don't watch?
No.
Good. He's gone away for the most part.
Yeah, I think he has a residency now in Vegas or something.
Is that right?
No. That's where the rest of them go.
That's where the money is. Yep. Number 9, the iPhone 11.
That makes
sense. You search for that quite a bit.
Sure.
Number 8, Game of Thrones.
Should have been higher.
Number 7, Avengers Endgame. Did anyone want to take a guess at the number 1 search for the year?
Well, I
so
know,
far,
but I don't want to.
Mick doesn't.
Trump?
Mick can't guess. Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Disney Plus. I mean, we're really
Just the
that
last
interested
month. Yeah, it just came
that
up.
it's already in the top 10.
Yeah.
Disney Plus is the most searched for, the most Googled. What do you call it? It's not a word.
Term
of the year. Number 2, and back to the death thing. You search for Cameron Boyce. You know who that is?
Some Disney
The sudden
actor.
death of 20-year-old actor Cameron Boyce struck a chord with many searchers this year. He was the number 2 most searched.
Yeah, he was a former Disney actor. It was kind of sudden.
Epileptic seizure killed him.
Sticking with death, Nipsey Hussle was number 3 most Googled.
Nipsey.
I didn't know him either, really, to be honest with you. I mean, am I a loser?
He's a
I mean,
rapper.
I didn't know Cameron Boyce. I didn't know Nipsey Hussle. I don't know any of these guys. I need to get out more.
Nah, you just got to go on Instagram a little more. That's all.
Well, Nipsey's a cool name.
Yeah, Nipsey's a very cool name. Number 4, and understandably, Hurricane Dorian. You know, that was a pretty big one across the globe, really. Number 5, speaking of drama, Antonio Brown. I also wonder where my Patriots would be if he just chilled out a little bit. You know, if we had
Jets.
Please get out of here with your Jets. Number 6, back to death. Luke Perry, 90210 actor. And then I think
his son is a professional wrestler on TV every week now.
Really?
What?
His name is Jungle Boy.
My God.
He couldn't get into acting. I mean, my dad's Luke Perry.
Well, it is.
You're gonna be
acting.
a wrestler.
If he's a wrestler, he is.
If my dad
acting.
was, if my dad was Luke Perry, I wouldn't be here with you two right now. I'd be in Hollywood, baby.
Yeah.
I'd have 6 girlfriends right now. You have no idea.
You'd have a
We all got different dreams. You know?
321-339.
residency for Justin Clark.
1055. Then it's also broken down, and these are real numbers. These are really what we searched for this year, and it's so much drama on here. I don't even know what to tell you. Athletes, Antonio Brown is on there. Megan Rapinoe, or is it Rapinoe? Do you know?
Whatever.
It's Rapinoe.
Megan Rapinoe is on there. There's diets, the most searched diets. The number 1 most searched diet is intermittent fasting diet this year. What is that? I mean, you just like fast for a day, eat for a day?
No, it's more you don't eat until like noon.
Yeah.
And then you eat again. You can eat between noon and 4, and then the rest of the day you don't eat.
Let's call that being a lawyer. Sounds like my day. Every
you
day.
gotta eat breakfast. That's the most important.
Please.
No,
meal of the day.
they don't want you doing on that.
I never.
Meal of the day. Come on. You gotta
I
have
would
energy.
say the vast majority of days I don't eat until I leave this radio show and go home. All day.
Wow.
It's not healthy.
I was gonna say I don't eat early like 8, but gosh, that's late though. But I'm not a breakfast person. Are you, Mick? Can you eat like a full balanced breakfast early in the
Absolutely.
morning?
Well, I have a protein shake.
I could do
power
something
shake.
like that. I could do a coffee or something. But
Back to drama. The most searched actors. Number 1, Jussie Smollett. Number 2, Kevin Hart, because he had that accident. Remember driving his weird car, the sport thing.
Right.
Number 3, Lori Loughlin, because of her kid. Oh, number 4, Felicity Huffman. I mean, we only care about drama. Yeah. I love
All
this.
of that is drama.
Oh, and then we got Joaquin Phoenix is on there. Bailey. Who is Halle? No, Bailey. Unless this is a misprint.
Well, there's also a professional wrestler, a woman wrestler named Bailey that's very popular.
Dude, I didn't know you knew so much about wrestling.
He's a wrestler.
If I have to look back on this program tonight on a Wednesday, I would say, I didn't know Kenny was that into wrestling.
We learn something every time.
Oh, I know what it is. When you were at Full Sail, you interned for like house wrestling or something.
Yeah, for WWE, their developmental program is called NXT. She was actually one of the NXT
It
wrestlers.
is Halle Bailey.
Bailey.
She is a African American actress who was in the remake of The Little Mermaid as Ariel. That's why she was researched because it's so hard.
And that's why I don't know who the hell she is.
A Disney movie.
That would explain it. That would explain why I don't know.
Halle Bailey, not Barry.
Bailey.
Bailey, yes.
Like what you put in your coffee.
Right.
In the morning before you come to JVC.
That's what's in mixed protein shake.
No,
that is mixed protein.
I add a little coffee to the Bailey.
Yeah, there you go. You also search for fashion styles. Now, I'm sure we're going to be blown away, gentlemen, by this list. The number one fashion style we searched for was camp style. I mean, camp style. Number 2, e-girl style. Then e-boy style. Steampunk style. Am I just getting old? Or I mean, you guys don't know what.
The only one I know off that list was steampunk. So.
You did know that?
Yes.
What is steampunk?
Steampunk is that where you see the fantasy dress up. It's more for like shows and costumes, but it's kind of that fantasy where they've got like top hats and like Victorian era, but then it's got gears and more mechanical looking to it.
Sounds like a fantastic waste of time.
Harajuku style, preppy style. I mean, I kind of know what preppy style means. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, like Zach Morris.
Yankee, Yankii, not Yankee like, your team. Yankee? Style. Vintage style, VSCO girl style, and emo style.
Emo.
We know that one too, right? Oh, man.
I think
See,
E-boy,
we learn something every time.
I think E-boy and E-girl is like because like esports. I think it's like the video game nerds.
Yeah, and the same as the VSCO is actually pronounced Visco.
Okay, my bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm actually more proud of myself that I didn't know how to say it.
Oh, I'm teaching you something new every day.
321-339.
We're going to forget everything, too.
1055. Good news for heterosexuals in Canada, by the way. A court sided with a bank staffer who says he was denied promotion because he's not gay.
He had to be to work there.
The Canadian Human Rights Commission was ordered to properly assess a discrimination complaint by a former employee of a major bank who claims his boss told him he had, quote, no hope for promotion unless he joined their group of gay and bisexual men.
I'd say, is this a gay bank?
Yeah, I don't know, but certainly it was a gay department.
It's I forget.
Is it a sperm bank?
Yeah,
it could be.
He was told only males who are gay or bisexual were ever promoted in this office. He claims Aaron Jagadish worked as a financial services representative for the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce in Toronto.
Sounds like a gay bank.
He claims the manager said this was why young male employees with little or no qualifications were promoted. He told him to be smart and be lean. And you might get promoted here at my bank. He refused, and Jagadish was fired on May 10th, 2016, prompting the lawsuit. So I guess good news for heterosexuals in Canada.
Well, yeah, but it took 3 years.
It took a while, and the case isn't over yet, apparently.
The question is, what's your price? I think everyone has a price where you're willing to give a handy for a raise.
Really? Well, yeah. At what kind of money could they give you to do that?
I
to
don't
just
know.
say you were gay.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually do it.
But I mean, you might have to, I don't know, company party, everyone's drunk. I don't know. I get a little bit uncomfortable.
Don't go down that road, please.
Stick around.
We got a company party coming up, too.
And if anyone's giving our raises, meet me in the bathroom.
Say Kenny really needs some extra promotions.
We'll be right back up to wrap up a Wednesday. It's Justin Clark on the Florida Man Radio Network.
You're listening to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Ho, ho, hold up. It's the end of the year already, and I'm way behind. So this month, I'm slaying prices. Let's wrap up the year. You'll save up to $6,000 off a nicer, newer car. Plus, I'll stuff your stocking with $1,000 Christmas cash on a new car. Don't wait for the jolly old elf, because right now, Santa R.C. Hill at R.C. Hill Mitsubishi wants to help you save $6,000 and stuff your stocking with $1,000. Are other dealers roasting your chestnuts over past credit mishaps? Let us help you get approved. Help me wrap up the year and you could fill your sleigh with savings and drive home in a new car today. Save up to $6,000 based on the car you choose, and I'll give you $1,000 Christmas cash for the kiddies. But hurry, this deal's done once we wrap up. I'm R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
There's a chance your local Geico agent owns the same designer dog breed as you.
Wait, you own a Chihuahua too?
Half bulldog, half chihuahua, 100% lovable. Oh yeah.
So many wrinkles, such a tiny face.
But there's a better chance your local Geico agent could help you out with auto, homeowners, renters, or condo insurance. Motorcycle, boat, or RV insurance too. They'll work hard to provide sound advice and significant savings. You don't need a chic, wrinkle-faced pup to do that. Local Geico agents. Call or visit yours today.
An interesting creature inhabits the flat, arid plains of many an automobile dashboard, the bobblehead. It's most agreeable and will nod along to anything, despite having no brain function. But when the bobblehead hears how Geico not only saves people money, but also gives them access to licensed agents 24/7 online and over the phone, he'll nod even more vigorously because he knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Easy, bobblehead, easy. You're going to get whiplash.
19 reasons to quit tobacco. Save $2,000 in 1 year. Take a vacation, you have an extra $2,000. And add an average of 10 years to your life. That's 70 in dog years. That's your dog thanking you. By the way, dogs lower blood pressure. So does quitting tobacco. And your risk of heart attack is cut in half after 1 year. In 5 years, your risk of dying from lung cancer drops dramatically. So you can spend more time with the family. Unless your family is the reason you smoke. In that case, just hang out with the dog. Dogs don't judge. They do smell bad sometimes. But you won't if you quit smoking. Neither will your car, nor your clothes, nor your hair. Even your nails will look healthier. No one likes yellow nails, unless you're a vampire. Then it's kind of cool. Otherwise, not so much. But overall, you'll just look better and stop aging prematurely, which means more second dates and a happier dental hygienist who won't lecture you about your teeth anymore because you'll feel guilt-free about smoking, not the other stuff. Can't help you there. That's 19 reasons to quit tobacco. What's yours? Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to access free tools and services like Phone Quit, Group Quit, and Web Quit to help you quit your way.
Experience big holiday savings during the holiday sales event at Drivers Mart in Winter Park in Sanford. Come and browse our selection of over 700 SUVs, trucks, and sedans in stock from all manufacturers. And for a limited time, during the holiday sales event only, hurry in now for $1,000 off every vehicle in stock. Every vehicle is clearly marked with our lowest, best price up front. No haggling needed. We also provide easy financing no matter your history. We make car buying simple. And to make sure you're 100% satisfied with your purchase, every vehicle we sell comes with a 5-day, 300-mile money-back guarantee. If you're unhappy for any reason, just bring it back. No questions. We want to see you in a vehicle you'll love. It's the holiday sales event at Drivers Mart in Winter Park, located on 436 just north of Aloma, or stop by our Sanford location next to Audi North Orlando. Visit us online at driversmartusa.com today. Drivers Mart, pre-owned, plain and simple.
It pays to shop early at International Diamond Center. Now through December 15th, you get IDC's amazing value price. Pay nothing down and take advantage of 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. Guys, that's permission to splurge this holiday season. Get her that $6,000 pair of diamond stud earrings and pay just $100 a month. Or that $10,000 three-stone ring for just $167 a month. Or if you're popping the question over the holidays, here's an amazing offer. Buy any designer engagement ring setting, including Tacori or Veragio, and IDC will give you 30% toward the purchase of your center diamond. At IDC, we're holding nothing back this holiday season. Biggest selection all year, year's best prices, and the year's most aggressive financing. How about a $4,000 eternity band for just $67 a month? You can do it. Plus, check our website daily, shopidc.com, for secret buys and flash sales on the most popular holiday gifts. But don't wait. These amazing offers are available now through Sunday the 15th at 6 p.m. International Diamond Center, where the real savings are. 4 Orlando locations. Unapproved credit.
Now, back to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Mick Dolan is dying to tell us what the word of the year has been so far. Now, is this safe for radio, Mick?
Yes, it is.
All right. Do you want to take a guess, EC, or have you read the story already?
I've heard the story already.
The word of the year. The Kenny, any idea what the word of the year would be?
The word of the year.
Was up?
I can't think of nothing.
I don't. All right, Mick. I'm any drum roll tonight? EC anywhere lined up or no?
Give me 2 seconds here.
I think that this deserves a drum roll because we're all on just pins and needles here.
We're
wondering what
for the drum roll.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Word of the year is.
Yeah. Oh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the word of the year, courtesy of Merriam-Webster, and that word is they.
They.
Non-binary they. In other words, folks who can't decide whether they're a him or a her. We refer to them as they.
Oh.
I thought it would have been pronoun because that's the they is.
It is a
even,
pronoun.
Yeah, but they is not even they because then you have their preferred pronoun because some of them don't even like the word they. They want Zer or Zikr or Jabadoobity or whatever they feel like they want to call themselves.
Well, they is as close as we can come, at least from the dictionary.
Oh, my God. All right, and Froggers, this Friday, tell me about this. Mick Dolan will be there live.
Friday, 5 to 7, Froggers Oviedo. We're going to be out there giving away George Thorogood concert tickets. And it's a charity event, too.
What is it?
Helping families, military families.
Beautiful. Who all is going to be there with you?
Lurch is going to be there.
Oh, no kidding.
Myself and Lurch.
Awesome.
Yep. And we're going to drink a lot of beer.
Oh. And so you can call in. We're going to take calls and things like that. We'll run them on the air, right?
Yeah.
All right. Go to Froggers this Friday. Great job tonight, fellas. Kenny, I saw you twice today.
Yes, sir.
What a pleasure.
That's enough.
EC, how do I find you on social media? How can I follow you?
You can hit me on Twitter at the Eric Stacy, STEACY.
The Kenny, where are you on social media?
Instagram, Kenny the Penny with underscores in between. Let's go Yankees.
Hey, stop it with the Yankee stuff already.
Really. And the Yankees
you
did
and
not
Shane
kill.
Reeve with these Yankees.
He's a good man.
The Yankees did not kill Epstein.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, Mick Dolan on Twitter at?
And I am Mick D. FMR.
Tune back in tomorrow morning for the big guy, Bubba the Love Sponge, from 6 o'clock to 10 a.m., followed by Scott Ledger with Dangerous Conversation from 10 until noon. We mix in Bill O'Reilly there between Scott and Ed Till, who's on from 12 until